This is KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications. This is KHQA. It's your news now.
Well, this is Saturday, February the 8th, and you have entered Overtime, where tonight we are providing the snow and icebound denizens of the tri-states an absolutely perfect cure for cabin fever. I have so many highlights from so many different places. We may, in fact, have to preempt the Winter Olympics tonight, and they're not even on our channel. That's how big tonight we are. There it is. This is, of course, the best single sports day of the entire winter, the KHQA Subway Superfan Shootout in all its overindulgent basketball glory. And this year's version, not by coincidence, happens to feature a pair of highly anticipated rematches of what were the single best boys and girls games in our area in 2013. On the ladies' side, that was Quincy Notre Dame versus Rolling Meadows, and we will get to round two of that pairing of mega powers a bit deeper into the show. But we start tonight with the 2013 Class A Boys Jacksonville Super Sectional rematch. Oh, it would be Payson Seymour, and it would be Madison. Talk about kill switch engaged. Gage Clint starting Payson off with a dunk, and then a second dunk. Two dunks in the Indians' first three possessions, as Madison didn't really know what hit them early. More to come from Clint. A defensive monster, had 5 blocks in the first half alone. Then Lance Buelig would pick it up on offense, the three-pointer there. Madison, though, would take the lead into the fourth quarter. Tyvon Powers there with the putback. Then Powers would miss a lay-in right here, and Josh Briggs puts it back, and Madison leads 40-38. Oh, enter Cody Hildebrand, all-stater, clutch player, and man was he good. Hits the jumper when he needed it most. He gets things stirred up. Dying seconds, it's Hildebrand again. Drives, goes behind the back, and hits the jumper to give Payson the lead and the victory, and the revenge they have been seeking since last March. Payson Seymour gets it done. 45-43 is your final. Let's move on to Quincy Notre Dame. Already a great week for Bob Sheffield's crew. Could they make it even better? They upset Ellsbury last night, taking on the highest scoring team in Iowa, Danville, tonight. Tony Stella and company getting off to the great start. Stella had 6 points in the first quarter alone. Then Carter Cramsey, you go, young Padawan point guard. Great take for him right here. And QND had a 6-point lead. They weren't done yet. Aubrey Reese, out from Steph Curry range right here, going to knock down the long three to extend his team's lead to 10 points at that point. I mentioned how efficient Danville's offense usually is. It wasn't tonight. Hunter Pebbles with one of the few jumpers his team would hit in the first half of this ball game. In fact, Danville trailed by as many as 20. Austin Ritter getting it done tonight, the MVP of the game, and giving his team a 10-point lead again right here. QND goes on to win it and get the sweep this weekend. Bob Sheffield's team should take 2 weeks off more often. They go 2-0 on the weekend against great competition, winning 65-57. Meanwhile, moving on, how about this one? Big showdown tonight between Illini West and Lanark Eastland. That's Dalton Shaner, all-state point guard, and he is good. We start you off, though, with Illini West building a lead. Braden Bennett with a pull-up J. He was superior tonight. At the other end, though, Blake Jansen going to go to work for Lanark Eastland. He gets the inbound pass, sinks it from the elbow. IW, though, leading by 2, 15-13 after 1. Loose ball. Check out the effort here by Nate Palmer to get it to Nolan Ard. You can go Ard or you can go home. Great finish for him. Palmer again underneath with the easy bucket. It's 28-19. Illini West. Can you smell the upset of the number 9 1A team in the state? Cougar coach Tony Dunlap pleading his case with the ref to no avail. 28-22 IW at the half. How about this? Here come the Cougars, though. Shaner, just ridiculous. His range, Teddy Dupay-esque, knocking down jumper after jumper right here. Single-handedly got his team back into it, including the 4-point play right there. That kid was awesome. Chargers, though, no give up in this one. How about this? Bennett with the lay-in right here. He had 17 points on the day. Good stuff. Dalton Shaner, however, going to come back at the other end. After you see more from here, Bennett right there. Here comes Shaner. He had 31 points, MVP honors, and made it happen for his team. Yeah, that's why he's an all-stater. Kid was fantastic. IW, heartbreaking loss tonight. 56-54 was your final in a thrilling, fantastic game. How about Pittsfield and Keokuk for the first half? This was thrilling as well. Dante Davis, call him Dante the Inferno tonight because the kid could not miss from 3 range. We'll show you 2 of his 7 triples on the night. He was 7 for 7 from distance, 21 points. The inside game not too shabby either, as this is a beautiful pass. The KD pass right there from Johnny Dahl to Joel Howren. At the other end, though, the first half was a push. Wade Smith plops home a triple at 17 points. Then Cam Herring with a beautiful take right here. 22 all at the break. Unfortunately for Pittsfield, Keokuk came out guns blazing in the second half in this one. Josiah Scott finding Noah Dunlap. You know what Keokuk's doing really well right now? Sharing the basketball and doing it fantastically well right there. More to come in this ball game. How about Johnny Dahl?
Well,
I'm not sure this wasn't a travel in this one, but Dahl, oh, look at the pass right there. Gets it done to Noah Dunlop. All about Keokuk in this ball game as they win big, 63-46. It would be Dante Davis as your MVP. More to come for you now. How about West Hancock and Knox County going at it? It was the Reno Pinkston versus Zach Summers game. Remember, Summers, a Hamilton native, taking on Reno Pinkston for the very first time. Early on, Devin Lee Rings, you go. Ringing one home right there for the three. Royce Poor, though, would answer. This game very back and forth early. First really good boys game of this day, kind of getting it started on the right note. A little bit of Drew Beeler went a long way in this ballgame. Beeler with 14 points on the day. At the other end, great answer right here from Keely Strange knocking down the three. As I mentioned, this thing was hotly contested throughout. Great shooting on both sides. Jonathan Ferguson scorching the net here again for West Hancock. Again, Royce Poor. In the end, though, Devin Lee Rings kind of got it done for his team today. Ended up with 15 points, a couple of critical buckets down the stretch. This is Drew Beeler punctuating our highlights. 54-46, West Hancock wins the battle on the night. Non-Superfan shootout highlights tonight. Quincy High School struggling tonight against Geneva. Zach Burry with the miss. He's short on the three. That was a common theme tonight, but at the other end of it, Lincoln LB pure money on this one. Then Barnell Thomas going to go to work, cleaning up the offensive glass. The Blue Devils, though, as I mentioned, struggling mightily to get anything going offensively tonight. They get knocked out tonight by Geneva. 53-46, the shooting not good. I think it was 5 of 36 from distance on the night. That's not going to win you a game ever. Let's take a look at the tournament scoreboard tonight. We're all done with the much weather-delayed Bowling Green tournament. Your championship goes to the Louisiana Bulldogs behind 21 points tonight from Marshall Corbin. How about the championship tonight over in La Plata? Canton taking on Cairo, and this was just good stuff. Tyler Neiman, best point guard in the area. If you're asking me, had 21 points on the night. More from Neiman. This is the guy, no answer tonight. That Cairo didn't have an answer for. Great take for him. Oh, the guys in the nylon enjoying it profusely. Here comes Gabe McKenzie right in the face of the All-Stater Roberts right here. 2 of his 19 points on the night. Then Neiman in the spin cycle. Whoosh. Beautiful stuff from him. Making a bucket, a Band-Aid, and a three-point play for that kid. He and Gabe McKenzie just in full-on lockdown form. Canton sending a message tonight and destroying Cairo in this game in what might be a showdown of the postseason. More from Tyler Neiman. Oh, yeah, a little leave right here. A little good stuff from Brandon Bearhorst after the save as well. Brad Roberts tried to keep his team in this one. He had 14 on the night, but that was a great bit of defense to hold that kid to 14 points. Neiman one more time puts the nail in the coffin for Cairo. All about Canton tonight as they win huge. Final count in this one, 66-49 was your final in the ballgame. Palmyra at home, makeup game against Macon. Hey, it's a prom proposal. She said yes, and he went to Jared. That's how you do it, kids. Show a little drama. How about this? You can't make pesto without a little basil in this case. Basil Keller with the roll, the bucket, the Band-Aid, and the three-point play. Good stuff from him. Good stuff from Brock Butler as well, doing Brock Butler things from the outside. Knocking down the triple right here. Members bounce in that case. It was Palmyra getting the win over Macon. 77-53 was your final. On to the scoreboard tonight. We can tell you that Marion County gets a high-volume, high-quality win tonight over Monroe City, 54-48. Logan Krigbaum leading the way in that one with 19 points. How about Austin Richmiller? Not sure this is the exact right score. I had to add it up because the score sheet wasn't done. I was doing it in a hurry, but we estimated it at Highland 80, Mark Twain 50 on quick calculation. My abacus was broken tonight. Austin Richmiller, the Sacramento Kings fan, with 26 points on the night. Let's move you to Illinois scores. Elmwood Brimfield, too much for Rushville Industry. Austin Jones with 15 points in that ball game. It was Lewiston beating on Bushnell Prairie City Avon. 60-37. Camp Point Central will win on the road over Griggsville Perry by 2 in that ball game. Brown County knocked off by a red-hot Beardstown squad, 63-57. Unity falls to visiting Lovejoy today despite 24 points from Alex Blickhand. And the Quincy homeschoolers, they get it done on the day today as they knock off a pair of opponents. Quincy Christian in the first game behind 20 points from Ben Casula, and then Kirksville in the finale tonight, 62-43, to claim themselves a conference championship. And we, my friends, are only just now getting warmed up. I've got regional wrestling, I've got girls action from the Superfan, I've got college action. You don't want to go anywhere. Stay tuned.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications.
As promised, Q&D Rolling Meadows still in progress as we speak. We bring you the early highlights in this one. You are looking at Jackie Kemp, All-Stater, reigning Gatorade Player of the Year, future St. Louis Billiken, and she's got shake and bake, and I help. Great take from her early on in this ball game, but Q&D would carve out the early lead. Starts off with a postgame. Mary Beth Hugenberg doing Mary Beth Hugenberg things. Then Quinna Keating, one of the best names in the Tri-States. Quinna is requited. Beautiful shot from her as well. Hannah Marcola, who's had a big weekend as well, helps Q&D build a 14-12 lead. Unfortunately for the Lady Raiders, this report from over at the pit right now, 61-52 in favor of Rolling Meadows with 42 seconds left. Looks like Q&D is going to pick up a rare loss, and Rolling Meadows is going to avenge itself after last year. Illini West, Bowling Green girls going at it today. It's amazing Gracie time as Illini West was looking for win number 26 of the season against just 2 losses. Michaela Gronwald, a little pickpocketry, a little production at the other end as Michaela, wow, that's pretty. Bank shot going her way. Bowling Green a little overmatched in this game. They've had some injury issues, some depth issues, but Harley Lindsay, she's good. Great take for her to keep her team within an 8 at that point. Gracie Bostard having none of it. She's going to miss right here, but here's Elise Trout on the steal off the cleanup. Wide open, easy 2 for her. It was unfortunately for Bowling Green that kind of day for the Chargers. Tara Schuckenbrock, great player, just didn't get in a whole lot of help today. Strong tape right here, tried to keep it on her own shoulders. No answer in this one from Michaela Gronwald, who was fantastic, just weaving her way through traffic right and left as Illini West gets the big-time victory today. 44-28 is your final. Gronwald the MVP, and well-deserved after 19 points. West Hancock girls, Jim Short coaxed a tremendous first 8 minutes out of his team. Carly Runge starts it off with the icebreaker to open the game from the corner. Shelby Kaler, who plays fantastically in this gym, she wasn't too shabby either, with a great steal and the finish at the other end. Then it's Taylor Kropp with the steal, going to hook up with Aletha Mulch. Aletha, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, respect for her. Aletha getting it done. 25-10 at that point in favor of West Hancock. Abby Lashmet, though, would take over. The All-State candidate from West Central, unguardable in the post. Spin move from her, and all of a sudden that 15-point deficit going to go away real quick. Pick it up 49-46 late in this ball game. Again, Lashmet makes it a 1-point game at 49-48. Her team trailing. Big take, though, at the other end. The answer comes courtesy of Haley Hamill, who's going to spin off contact, knock down the jump shot, make it 51-48. Lashmet would answer back to get it to within 1, but unfortunately for West Central, they could not get a shot off with 15 seconds left. They end up losing by 1 in one of the better games of the day. 51-50 as the aforementioned Shelby Kaler is your MVP of the day. More from you, Quincy High School taking on Unity. This wasn't pretty. Proof positive that the Unity Lady Mustangs are morning people. Maggie Bowles, the larceny, the lay-in to spur a 20-4 opening run. Didn't get any prettier. The freshman stepping up right here. Kaylee Kuhn, it's her turn to dazzle on defense. The Fab Frost with 22 points and MVP honors in this game. The inside game working as well. Jordan Hildebrand getting it done. All about Unity in this one as the Lady Mustangs win going away. 66-22 was your final. Girls scoreboard on the day. We'll start you the early stuff in the day, work to the later stuff. West Prairie opens the day with a loss to Mercer County despite 22 points from Kelsey Bartell. Also, the Brown County girls getting it done against Beardstown, winning huge. We've got Central Southeastern picking up career victory number 399 for Matt Long. The freshman, Colby McClellan, leading the way in that one with 16 points. Liberty felled by West Hancock, who played 2 games today. They played in their shootout, moved down the road, and won 2. That's a pretty impressive feat by Jim Short's squad. Michaela Leapley with 18 points, 8 rebounds in a losing cause today. And Macomb gets a big day from the big girl in the middle, Kayla Vestal. Wow, what production from her in the low blocks. 21 points on the day. Over in Missouri, Monroe City felled by Marion County as Danielle Maxwell and Devin Johnson each had 12 points in that ball game, and Highland got knocked off, I should say, by Mark Twain, 51-20. Championship game over at the La Plata tournament. Cairo and the upstart Canton Lady Tigers, who were the #1 seed, playing well. Brittany Bearhorst, she was a scoring machine today. 2 right here off the inbound pass. Good start for her. Then it's Allie Carper knocking down the jump shot. Then more Bearhorst as she was just ridiculous in the game. She had 28 points. She had more than half of her team's total on the day, but Cairo kept the pressure up today, knocking down jump shots from the perimeter, and Canton's perimeter defense could do nothing about it. That's the story of the ball game. Canton has to settle for second place today. Great effort, but the girls get beat by 19, 69-50 was your final. How about the Palmyra girls against Macon? Oh, you're looking at Katie Hinkle. That's kind of a pro wrestling style intro. Gotta like that. Got the light show going in P-Town today. And there's Katie Hinkle turning on the lights and turning off the lights for Macon of her own accord. Great stop right there. She's not done. How about this one? This is Lexi Lawson pushing tempo just before the first quarter. Can Hinkle get it off? You betcha. She's good and true with the buzzer beater. Macon opened this game on a 7-1 run. Palmyra would never look back. More in this one from Allie Dietrich. Nice little jump shot from her. Very pure. More from Hinkle, who had 22 points on the game. Wow, what another steal, a little larceny and layup action as well. We leave you with a little Emily Bross as well as Palmyra wins going away by 27. Katie Hinkle with the 22 points. Lexi Lawson with 14. All about P-Town today as they win 57-30. Let's talk some wrestling today. The postseason is open in Illinois, and Quincy High School with an impressive showing down at Granite City, taking second place in a pretty good regional. Big story of the day, the two champions, no surprise, back-to-back. Jared Straube at 126, Michael Peters at 132. Congratulations to both of those gentlemen on their accomplishments. Let's move on, talk some wrestling today at the Class A level. We'll start you off with Tyler Arnold today from Macomb, who was getting it done at this point. Good stuff from him. He's going to win the 170-pound crown today. You see him here in the semifinals with the eventual pinfall victory. And that's a great start for Mr. Arnold, who books his passage to sectionals, as Arnold is just a stud. This kid absolutely getting it done at 170. Good win for him as well, as you will see him cinch it in. The shoulders eventually go down. He'll stretch the arm, lift the head. Textbook stuff from him, and that's how you get it done. Tyler Arnold, congratulations. He's moving on at 170, as is Kenny Little, back in second place today and advancing on to sectionals as well. You're looking at the 285-pounders. Logan Thiele, he's pretty darn good. He ends up taking second place today. This is his semifinal victory. He ends up losing to Lucas Dively in the championship, so Dively and Thiele both headed off to the sectional. And the championship round, Ashton Myers versus Devin Beeston. This is a pretty good matchup between two pretty good guys. It would be Ashton Myers, the freshman, winning an 11-5 decision today over Beeston. Both guys headed off to the sectional next week. Championship round 113. Will Lucy is an absolute monster, taking on Cale Lawyer, who will happily settle for second place because Will Lucy never loses. 27-1 on the season after this one. Pinfall victory in 18 seconds. That's just ridiculous. Kid's a machine. Big win for him. Let's move you on up to 126 after Will gets it done. We actually showed you that in real time. That's how good Will Lucy was today. 126, Darren Stevens taking on Jake Savage of Beardstown. It's Stevens notching the pin. He ends up going off to sectional, as does Savage, but it's Stevens going off as the regional champion. Finally tonight, Jack Lucy taking on Porta's Levi Vogt at 132. Lucy wins big by decision today. You will see him stepping up here in just a second. Mr. Lucy, very, very good, on top of his game today, as he usually is this time of year, and an 11-3 decision. All of those guys moving on. Other champions today not pictured. Martin Orduano of Beardstown, I should mention, as well as Jeremy Brown at 145 of Camp Point Central. We've also got Macomb's David Friesmeyer at 160 moving on as a champion, and Jeffrey Haley at 195. Congratulations to all of those gentlemen. Finally tonight on the wrestling front, Hannibal still in regular season action, but looking very good today as the Pirates get 4 champions at the Hal Central Invitational. Also, Austin James, not pictured there, finished second. Harry Vessel with a good day, finishing third as well. And we've got more overtime right after this. University women taking on Southern Indiana. This game kind of a squeaker, but the Lady Hawks building a big lead and then fighting to keep it done. Here you're looking at Erin Medemeyer with a great take. Three-point play for her. The bigs very pivotal for Jenny Garber's team on this day. How about some Hannah Weedman? She can get it done on the inside as well. As you will see, Kara Gerbis feed her effectively on the easy jump shot there. We leave you with a little of Quincy High's Tori Kuhn as well off the bench, showing out as well. Big story in this game, Lucy Cramsey. Not just 15 points for the Liberty senior today, but she had 4 blocks as well as the Hawks hang on to win 90-87. Big win for the Lady Hawks, now 11th in the country. John Wood with a victory on the road as Amanda Scott posts the double-double. Also victorious today. No, unfortunately not, I should say. Culver Stockton, a loss today at Evangel, 77-68. Randy Lee Plunkett with 12 points there. How about the QU men taking on Southern Indiana? This was a next-level challenge for the Hawks, and they were not ready for that level. At the other end of this, Lawrence Thomas seems like he's never, ever going to graduate at Southern Indiana. Great take for him. Then at the other end, how about the Hawks trying to get something going? Chris Babbitt had 19 points to help lead the way. One of just 2 Hawks in double-figure scoring today as Southern Indiana's defense was stifling. Evan McGaffey, pretty take right here as he eventually gets the roll to go. Unfortunately for the Hawks, wow, they just got beat by a superior team today. Final count in this one in favor of Southern Indiana, 96-69. Let's try to find some better news on the college docket today. This is really good news. Culver Stockton gets itself right back up into the mix at the top of the hack, beating number 8 Evangel 93-92, avenging a loss they suffered to Evangel at home a little earlier this winter. Jalen Jarrett with 21 points off the bench. Culver Stockton's bench really good today. That was really the difference in this ball game as the Wildcats win by a singular point. It's enough to get it done, though. The John Wood men continue to cruise. They knock off Lincoln Land 89-59. By the way, if you're looking for something fun to do, tomorrow night at home, 6:30, rare Sunday night game. John Wood, nationally ranked, takes on Illinois Central College, nationally ranked at Mountain Dew Court. Also, Hannibal LaGrange falling to the number 3 team in the country. That's Freed Hardeman. Jay Jones out of Hannibal, Missouri, with 13 points to lead the way in the loss for his team. Western Illinois suffers a loss to Omaha, 71-60 was your final there. And McMurray loses for the first time in 9 games, knocked off by the Webster Gorlocks today. Final count in that one was 90-85. By the way, just in from the pit tonight. Oh, wait, no, I want to do this first. I want to talk about our Con connection. You saw it a little earlier. Big time play from Katie Hinkle, and this will be the last offering for the month. So you're going to have a chance to vote online at the end of the month for this buzzer beater. If it's your favorite, Katie Hinkle, to get it done tonight. So 5 quality offerings for you, Katie Hinkle, the latest to join the Rota. Let's take a look at the nominees. We'll leave you with this as the votes will go up on Monday. Gage Klitz with his big slam dunk. Josie Finch with her 3-point shooting prowess at the Camp Point Central Tournament. Also nominated for their efforts, Kyle Fulton, who was just amazing for Monroe City in a number of different ways, and Kenny Leslie from Ellsbury. All nominees along with Katie Hinkle. Vote for your favorite, and by voting, simply by voting, you are eligible for a prize package, I should say, from Con Communication. We'll be right back with more Overtime after this. I'm going to wrap real quick, and then I'm out. Three quick notes to leave you with. The Quincy Notre Dame girls suffered just their third loss of the season, 63-56 to Rolling Meadows. Coming up tomorrow, Will Wilson will hear from the Q&D boys on their surge over the weekend. And congratulations to that powerhouse Keokuk bowling team. Courtesy of a tip from Lakin Bolts, now 6-0 in the season. I'm out, going to rest up. More fun next week right here on Overtime.